Actually mad. I'm just like, why are you doing this, you know? With something like this, right, it gives me nightmares, right? I never want to go to the store ever again after this. I legitimately cannot sleep at night. Today we're watching a woman in a store and she's like testing the product, right?
Yes.
And if you didn't bought it, it's gonna be like, wait a minute, what the hell happened? And you know, sometimes like you buy a bag of chips and then there's just like occasionally just like way lesser in there, and an onion. And then I pick it up, I open it, and I'm like, wait, and then it's just saliva! It's a I can't, man. Bro, my blood is boiling right now. You bought along an instrument. You bought along a tool, whatever that clipper thing is, to seal the packet back up. How absolutely
What a bastard.
you have to be. You know, back in the day we had that whole YouTube prank era where everybody would just do these absolutely absurd pranks and they'd be like,
Slap into the city's water grid.
Bro, she's actually pretending to serve.
Gotta stay respect.
Not do this just for the internet. Like, oh, let me decide which product do I violate next with my disgusting saliva, okay? Oh, dude, I went to the store yesterday to stock up on supplies, and now I'm just like, dear Lord, I pray for one and only one thing. Do not let me get a bag that was violated by this woman, or any one of her patrons, okay, or her followers.
No kidding.
And you thought it was only the food products, right? You're like, I don't even buy any chips. I'm a health freak, right? I don't care about any chips, but don't worry, no product is safe from this one. She goes to the antibacterial wipes, and she goes to the baby wipes. She put the baby wipes back, bro. How disgusting and evil you have to be. The sole purpose
What a
of the
douchebag.
product is to clean, you know, your hands or your whatever part of the body you choose. And you have demolished it. You have disintegrated its value to zero with your shenanigans. And this next part really confuses me because we get to talk to the cameraman, right? But the cameraman like calls her out that what you're doing is wrong. Why are you doing this? But why would you be filming if you're not like supporting her, right? You're the one. She clearly wants attention, right? She's not gonna be doing this if nobody's filming her because that's just really dumb. Or maybe I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just like, what's the story? Is this scripted? But then even if it's scripted, I can see real people walking in the background. So like, you go back and fix the product. I don't think you do that. I don't know. You guys need to let me know your theories as to what's going on here.
Welcome to game theory, bro. No, I'm not stealing. I'm forever borrowing. I'm just borrowing something and I'm never gonna give it back. You'd actually think that I would steal, like me? Steal? What? What are you doing? What? No, I'm not. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you know this, but when I go to Walmart, before I buy my cookies, I actually just give every single one of them a lick, okay? And then after I do that, I go to my soda, I open that up, I spit in it just to make sure it's okay, then I put it right back. Just kidding. You wanna know why? Because I'm not a dumbass.
I remember where I put it.
Mm-hmm.
It's none of your business. Why you mind your own business?
Okay, so assuming that the cameraman is actually working with her, she's self-aware, right? She knows what she's doing is wrong. I think you have to be a crackhead baby to know that this is wrong. But I don't know what's going on here. Like, what is this persona of, like, excuse you? Like, if you want to be even more hated on the internet, like,
That's how you do it.
You know? Also, just keep in mind for this next clip, she said that she planned on buying those things, right? She definitely planned on buying those things. She somehow remembers the coordinates of every
Yes.
single product
It's like a video game where it's like, go get this certain item. It looks like 1,000 items, but it's highlighted or something. Like, is that what she sees?
Placed perfectly in a way that she won't remember which one is which, right? She wants to find it, right? Let's see the next clip where she spits it back into the product. You clearly want to buy that, right?
I don't condone anybody do this, but if you're gonna go to a store and eat the stuff there, buy it. The only store where I actually consume anything before I buy it is Casey's, and when I'm drinking a soda. And when I do, I'm gonna 100% pay for that soda. I do not drink it unless I'm going to pay for that soda. Because honestly, here's my defense. I'm paying for it, and I'm thirsty because my day at school was long and strenuous. I don't do it to chips, I don't do it to anything. And plus, what's it called? The soda I have, it's not sealed and it's not being put back with any other, what's it called, like, products.
Okay, so I am officially mad. Okay, put a mad meter. Red. I am on the red mode. I am angry.
CNB.
Why? Did your parents not raise you well? I mean, clearly absence of a father figure, absence of a mother figure, absence of any figure in your goddamn life. I mean, this instance in particular, I feel like you haven't harmed anybody because, let's be real, nobody's buying pickle flavor. I thought that was sour cream and onion for a second, and that would have been the 8th deadly sin, alright? There would be no escape if you did that. But dill pickle, alright, I'm assuming nobody's gonna buy that. But imagine being this demented, alright? She probably goes to a local pond and feeds the fish other fish, alright? She's probably that evil. Bro, she's the type of person to promise her nephew a toy car for his birthday and then tell him he's adopted or something. I don't know. The most evil thing you can imagine. My kids, no. Can we just take a second? Look at the way she perfectly places the chips back.
Oh my god.
You would have done a good job as a worker in this place in your Walmart, right? But instead you chose the dark side, right?
No kidding. You were supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them! I hate you! Dude, she treated it as a damn art.
It would serve you well.
The sound though.
Wait a minute, is that water? Actually, water? I was making a joke that you poisoned the water, but actually, you have no mercy. You're just evil inside, aren't you? I will never sleep in peace ever again. Thank you for what you've done. The only advice I can give you guys is to check your products, alright? I know you've already paid money for it, but caution, alright? If your chips are even a little bit soggy, you know what happened, okay? That's about it. Let me know what you thought. Bye-bye.
My god, what a trash person. I feel bad for this skin.
One of my worst nightmares is waking up with a Karen mom. It's like, what do you even do there when she's having a freak out, right? It's like, it's your mom, so you gotta support her, but she's also completely insane.
This dude is rocking the same pair of headphones I rocked in middle school. What respect.
Delectable Karens out there.
Man, he needs to give me a hug.
We got rich Karen, we got horror movie Karen, and, well, I feel bad for your son, Karen. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's begin. Okay, so Karen 1 over here parked in a handicap spot, as you do, and when confronted by somebody, she got really mad. She gets all up in his face. She starts swearing.
The funny thing is that they confront you if they know that what they're doing is bad.
She would have asked me to move. And also,
Yes! Okay, now, okay, so we have a new species of Karen. So we know that there's a phylum of Karen, right? I don't know, I'm just gonna speak as if I'm a biologist. I'm slightly a biologist. Enthusiast biologist, by the way. Not, like, an actual, like, professional biologist. But it appears that there seems to be a phylum of Karens. They seem to stem from white, middle-aged American women that seem to ask for their manager when needed, and seem to try to complain in order to destroy the reputation of others. The study of the Karen phylum would prove extremely valuable to our scientific community, to understanding such species. I don't know what I'm doing.
And that's kind of rude. Why don't you move? Instead of coming up and taking pictures of it, is that not rude?
Now listen, I wouldn't be taking pictures of someone who parked in a handicap spot. I would probably just ignore them because I don't really want any conflict. The only conflict I have is through this microphone, okay? You could argue that the person recording is also Karen because they're not, like, letting them get away with it for, like, a small crime. But I feel like there needs to be some justice, right? If you're parking in a handicap spot and you're not handicapped, come on, alright? If somebody needs a spot and it's not free, I'm gonna get really mad, okay?
You're lucky my husband ain't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your husband, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson? What's he gonna do, beat me up? As you can see, we got a very strong and independent woman. Wait till my husband's here. Nice. Maybe you can leave the husband out of this one. I'm sure he suffered many a migraine from just dealing with your antics.
That's not handicapped though, and that's why I moved way over so the person in the
No,
handicap.
it says no parking and it has lines because a person with a disabled person needs that area in order to load and unload. I don't really care. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care who you are. You're a regular person who did something wrong. And what do these people say, like, watch yourself? Are you the mafia? Like,
No kidding. Why do they say watch yourself?
I'm not gonna be able to leave.
Let's see, conspiracy to commit assault.
One of your snipers is shooting me.
Stop taking pictures of me. I mean, there's no reason to take a picture because I was hurt in a spot. I'm not just asking you.
No, yeah, the police will give you a ticket if I take a picture.
I've never been there, done that. Why do you need to say, hey, can you move?
Because I shouldn't have to.
But you're rude, and I shouldn't have to deal with jerks like you.
I know, I'm rude. Listen, why does he have to say, can you move? You knew it was a handicap spot in the first place, and you think you can get away with it because you
That's like, what's it called? That's like doing something when nobody's watching and you know it's bad, and then when you get confronted, you just completely just shut down. Like, we all know that mentality. Wait. I didn't know this was bad. This is against the rules? What? Oh my god.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh, can you move? Like, no, stop. Also, I don't think he's intimidated by your phone at all, considering he's the one recording. I don't know why she keeps saying taking pictures, like, you're not a model. He's not gonna put you in the next fashion magazine. I think you're being recorded so that you don't lie to the police, okay? Alright, number 2, the bridge Karen. So the situation goes, a man is standing on a bridge. That's the situation. Apparently standing is a crime now. This reminds me of that one SpongeBob meme, you know, he's just standing there, menacingly. So for some reason this Karen thinks that this man just standing there on the bridge is a threat, and she calls the police.
Oh, look what you're doing. Look what you're doing, glasses. You're not talking to anyone. 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 Look how you walk by. You're fine, right? You think you can send somebody over? Who are you talking to? I'm not stopping her from coming by. If you guys want to send them, I'm standing to the side. I'm not intimidating her. Have a good day. If you guys want to send an officer, if you want to send an officer. Okay, then don't send an officer. She's already walked by, right?
Okay, so there's an article about this explaining the situation, right? So there's a guy, he plans to stop on a small bridge to rest and take in the surrounding scenery. He did this on Monday afternoon, pulling over to the side of the bridge, listening to music on his Beats headphones as he rested. So the guy looked over his shoulder to see a white woman on the trail, but not on the bridge. The woman would later call 911, an emergency line.
Dude, by the way, there's probably somebody getting shot and, you know, they're getting called.
Because she saw a menacing guy. And this is one of them happy situations where she actually got charged for filing a false police report.
Yay!
The situation made no sense. She was just like, that man's a
He
little
looks
bitch.
boopy. You know what you do when you see menacing people? Walk the F away.
He's gonna come after me. I love her little
Unless they're armed with a knife or a gun,
act like, oh,
don't
everyone's
call them.
just walking
Don't call the
by.
cops.
You know, just gonna call 911. Obviously, they never even send an officer because they're
I've been alone in public and I've seen some like sketchy people. I try to walk away slowly if I get spooked because I get shy easily.
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to close my door, and you stop.
You're pulling my thing.
Oh my god, the absolute damage done to her foot there, you know? I think a couple of air molecules actually went and hit her kneecaps. Arrest the man immediately, unacceptable. As we know, Karens are a very delicate species.
Please stop. I think this is your mistake. This is a mistake. Get up here. You did something, miss. If there's like
Miss, I can turn it over to you. It's stopping me from leaving. That's what I'm trying to do. I was trying to stop and let you know that you're stopping me. You keep stopping me.
Ah yes, the classic maneuver in the Karen Training Guide, section C.47. Knock the phone out of their hands, you know, assault their property. That one's great. That really shows that you're the right one.
The destruction of private property, assault, possibly first degree.
I feel like somebody planted some Karen seeds deep in the soil in every parking lot in history. They absolutely love it. They also have an affinity for minimum wage workers. This is like their favorite kind. Let me harass the people who are already pissed off with life. Okay, so the delivery guy actually responds to the situation. He posts a video, and look at how he describes it. This is a straight horror movie, dude. You can't park there, you can't park there. And I was just ignoring it. You know, it's not a working apartment or anything that I'm working or whatever. And he just wanted to feel like, you know, I don't want to start anything or anything like that. So I just tried to keep it. As I'm walking away, like, I'm speed up for a walk behind me. She's like, so it's very distinctly the tap. And so I turn around fairly quickly and greeted with another, you can't park there. Like, that's not allowed. She comes into the pharmacy with me, watches me get my deliveries. As I grab up the pharmacist, she's now out on my heels. I'm walking up the aisle and I can hear her heels behind me. Tap, 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 tap. I made the assessment that, you know, okay, I need to get back to my car, obviously, so I give a few more minutes, walk outside, and the moment that I kind of cross the threshold through the door, she's like getting out of the driver's side door, coming me. Dude, somebody should make a Karen horror game, dude. Just the taps
Okay.
on the heels, getting louder and louder, and she brushes through you. She just follows you everywhere like Baldy 26, you know, bam, bam. That would be a genuinely scary game. My coders in the comment section do it. You know, what?
Economics Savings Lesson 12. At Petco, better care for your pet means more savings for you.
You know, they get lampooned on the internet, but they didn't get any actual backlash, right? Now, this delivery guy in particular has obviously dealt with one too many Karens, and he's taking her to court, which he should. Please show up, they charge her, they watch the video that I posted for you guys, and, you know, obviously they ask her, what are you gonna do? She's begging and pleading and crying, saying, oh, I'll pay for the damage that I caused, all that stuff. And I knew that if I just took her money, this would be like a thing where she goes home tonight, cracks a bottle of wine, and tells it jokingly with her husband on the couch, and I don't think that's okay. I knew that I needed to go to court. I knew that I needed to teach this person a lesson, and, you know, we'll get our date in court. We'll go from there. Okay, let's get to the final boss, the mommy Karen. Now, I don't know the context behind this, but I'm assuming from the video is because the guy's parked wrongly, like, they're taking up 1.5 spots instead of 1 because they're not on the lines perfectly. But I don't know if people should care because the entire parking lot is free, so let's just take a look. She's on the
Matt wants to go. Dude, let's go. But we apologize, okay? We apologize. We are leaving. She's not moving, dude. She's not. Lady. Are you serious? Yeah. The cops aren't gonna do anything.
Of course, the classic body block move, right? You know, put your kid right behind the car, just in case, you know, if these people were crazy, they'd run him over first. Only a mommy Karen would use her kid as a shield. And the kid seems genuinely nice, but I feel like he's being groomed in the Karen ways. Like, give it a couple 10 years, and he's gonna turn out just like her. The kid is just having an awful day. Yeah, it's just another day. My mom's always like this. I keep telling her, stop being a Karen, but it is what it is. God forbid you find yourselves in one of these situations. Just find new parents, man.
Can you tell your mom to get out?
You're all right here. You don't even.
Your son is on our side. Your son is on our side. Dude,
We're trying to leave. Oh my god. She's. Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
My God, what a.
Imagine looking at a camera and you just see this Karen covering the screen, bro. The absolute temptation to reverse the
That's why train horn should be legalized on cars.
They have nothing to do, dude. Just stalling in front of an empty parking lot. Literally no day job. What is this? Do they just have unlimited free time? How did you even have time to procreate with your hair and Karen pancakes? I don't know what it is. They just have like perpetual phone monitor status. It's like, I just gotta be the most annoying person on the planet at all times. She's the type of Karen to like count for McDonald's fries, right? And if it's not the same each time, she'll probably sue the company. Let's just go over the kids options, right? You got side with the random guys and get grounded or something. Then you got side with the mommy Karen and just be an annoyance to society. Or, I don't know, disown your mom and hope the screen save you. Such a horrible situation to be in. Anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.
If that picture shows up on YouTube, I will find you.
Conspiracy to commit assault, intimidation.
Not necessary to bang that on, is it?
Look, I'll bang on this door as hard as I want. Don't you tell me what to do.
A nun! A nun Karen!
Alright, welcome back everybody to the Karen series. It's been like an entire month since our last episode, but I'm really glad we're back, you know? It was super fun making those Karen videos, and I just kind of forgot I had a series going. So, today we're back. We're gonna be looking at 3 spectacular Karens, ones that, you know, really stand out and prove that they are indeed blood, sweat, and tears made of Karen. If you do enjoy the series, be sure to show your support by subscribing and liking the video. That way I know if I should make more. So yeah, without further ado, Karen number 1. Actually, you've already seen this one. It was literally that tiny clip at the start. This was, you know, the pterodactyl, right? She pretty much just sits on a guy's car. It's a very short clip, but just because of that golden scream, I just had to include it.
Any more Karens?
So stop. I'm willing to give you my details. You refuse? You want to camp on my car here? I'll ask you 3 times to get up. You don't want to do that?
So there's not much context behind this one. Pretty much like, she was like standing still on the road or something, and this guy came and slightly nudged her. Like, it wasn't even like a bump, like a slight nudge. And yeah, she got it. She went insane. She pretty much just hops on the guy's car and refuses to get off, even when he's.
You can be confident choosing farmers insurance. There's no need to knock on wood.
Little Caesars Detroit style deep dish that's actually from Detroit with caramelized crispy cheese edges.
You know it's from Detroit? A bullet wound that you'll probably get if you go to Detroit. That's probably from Detroit.
On my car. I mean, I think the first thing I would do is like, you know, go do some extreme sports if with my car, if you know what I mean. You know, go across like very dangerous cliffs and you know just give her a little ride. Anyways, that was the first Karen, very short clip. It was kind of like a bonus, but this next one, right? It's super long. It's probably gonna take up most of the video, and this is a Karen which I like to call a tier 45 Karen because her enchantments are like off the charts. So pretty much this story involves a Karen, a cop, and the victim, right? Pretty much she bumps into this guy's car. He naturally asks her to pull over, and you know the cops show up. And this guy was recording her for being a Karen, and she didn't want that, right? So, yeah, she doesn't want to be on YouTube. She has a little meltdown in front of the police officer.
Boo-hoo.
And, over the course of this meltdown, she threatens to, like, break people's arms in front of the police officer, and then claims that she will, like, hunt down this guy if he posts a video on YouTube. And also claims that she doesn't believe
Assault,
the
what's
internet,
called?
which is
Conspiracy
just,
to commit assault with intent to kill.
I don't even know how you respond to a claim like that, but all I know is this one's a gem for sure.
Okay, there's a black
Intimidation.
SUV at that stop
Don't
sign.
worry about him.
Well,
Worry
I'm
about
just
what you
now wait a minute. I'm just telling you. There's a black SUV there. I after the black SUV went to the stop sign. There's next time I came. He came out of nowhere, crossed over from where you come out of Costco into the lane to go up this way, and I was in that lane. And when he crossed over, I backed into my car and get back in. And he crossed over. He goes, "You hit me. You better pull over." That was his exact words, and he was being smart, and then I got it. I am sorry. I take some Volta. I'm ready to explode, and I do not take my pills today. So I'm telling you right now, I'm ready to explode.
I'm gonna write this up.
Because right now, I can make a fist with no problem. I've broke many people's arms, and I'm
Okay, hold up. I just gotta ask, right? Who was she threatening? Because there's only 2 people in the vicinity.
It's conspiracy to commit.
Let's see what happens in either scenario, right? You break the arm of the police officer. I mean, that's not even gonna happen. You're gonna get detained before that even happens. And if you attempt to do it to the guy, which again you won't be able to, but if somehow using your Karen powers you somehow manage
Is that
to
a
do
thing?
it, I mean, you're in front of a police officer. You're just going to jail. The police officer.
Conspiracy to commit a crime. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about. Conspiracy to commit a crime, intimidation,
Crazy lady.
and if she touches him, that is assault.
This is gonna look awesome.
I'll tell you right now, Mr. Rapper, if it shows up on YouTube, I will find you.
Intimidation. I've watched so many crime shows, I can literally list a ton of crimes. Fraud, laundry, murder, rape, what's it called? Intimidation, assault with intent to kill, assault with a deadly weapon, destruction of private property, destruction of federal property, armed burglary, trespassing. If I didn't say it alright, assault with intent to kill, assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, if he lives in a two-party consent state, he can actually technically record as long as he wants.
People on the internet would like put it in a Karen compilation or something, and then people would see you for the terrible person you are and the terrible behavior you did that day. Wow, funny how life works that way because that's exactly what happened. Also, what was the "I will find you"? Really, another threat in front of the police officer? Who do you think you are? Like, God damn. Honestly, there's nothing more I enjoy than a beautiful Karen meltdown on a Monday afternoon.
Shut it off now!
Okay, it's off.
Shut it off now!
It's off! It's off.
Put the goddamn thing in your car now! Now!
Keep your vehicle off the road for abandoned destruction. That's understandable. Sit down, I'll be right back.
He's taping me again! He's taping me again! I do not like that stuff! I do not like that stuff! God, I don't like that stuff! I hate that stuff! I don't care! I want that off! I want that off!
Alright, listen, I've made videos on a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who keep crying out there, but none as much as this Karen. Jesus Christ, like, it's a camera, not a rocket launcher. Damn.
I don't like to be on the internet at all! I don't believe in the internet, please!
I don't believe in the internet, guys. It doesn't exist. It's a hoax. Usually people will be like, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. No. I don't believe in the internet. Honestly, that's kind of weird because just before this, she was like, I don't want you uploading it to YouTube. So what do you think YouTube is on? Like you think it's like some separate entity? YouTube exists, but the internet doesn't. That is 1 million IQ. Now, the end of this clip is probably my favorite part because the officer finally steps up and tells her to shut up, quite literally. Beautiful ending.
Damn.
Spectacular. I rate this Karen encounter a solid 9.5 out of 10. It was art. I mean, the Karen look was spot on. The meltdown was perfect. The threatening assault and the I don't believe in internet. The only reason she doesn't get a 10 out of 10 is because I didn't see the actual accident, right? I didn't see what she actually did. If I saw that as well, then it'll be bumped up to a 10 out of 10 because remember we had that Karen who literally banged on the door like a She-Hulk. I mean, that's a 10 out of 10. Okay, moving on to the third and final Karen. I mean, honestly, this one just sounds like a cartoon character. So, you know that British voice which just seems like very, very appropriate and proper, and you know the ones where you hear in stories or something. I don't even know what I'm referring to. You'll know when you hear it, but it just feels like it's staged, right? So that's pretty much what this clip is like. She pretty much just gets mad at like these construction workers for creating noise pollution, and I kind of relate. I mean, there's always construction outside my house, and I'm like, this frustrates me. I can't get anything done. It's annoying. But the difference between me and the Karen is I don't go out there and scream at the workers, I understand that it's their job, they have to do it. And also, I don't steal their ladders. This Karen literally left these construction workers stranded on a roof because she stole their ladders.
Oh, yeah, chill out. You probably have ligma or something.
Street shouting at construction workers. Haven't you got anything better to do, like shout at kids? We all commit to stop working on a weekend.
Introducing the GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 with Ultium battery technology for up to a GM estimated 400 miles of range on a full charge. Potential this powerful is why it's the Denali of EVs.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to be verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Fair enough, we started a bit early. Well, yeah, I don't see what the problem is.
My son is a lawyer, and this is breaking noise pollution laws. And I'm happy. There's a family across the road with a new dog, and all this traffic is bound to give them a load of stress. For someone so empathetic as this Karen, that she cares about a random family living across the street and their newborn baby who might have stress because of this construction noise. Like, imagine thinking that far and not thinking about the construction workers. The empathetic levels are so freaking, boggle. It's, max on this front and then 0 on the other front. I don't understand this.
Well, if we're causing them stress, they can tell me. Causing me stress, I don't mind starting a bit later.
Dude, why does she sound like a cartoon her then. Like, this can't be staged, right? Is it
Well, actually, give me like the dude from I know.
British people are just naturally like this. I mean, not all of them, but like, I don't know, man. So some of them legit just sound like cartoon characters.
It's not necessarily that hard, is it?
I'll back on these doors as I want.
She said.
Don't you tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do.
Why? Cause you're
Don't
oh
you
man.
tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do. I'm actually fascinated, like, what it takes to reach that level of entitlement. You don't tell me what to do. I am above you. I tell you what to do. If they expect me to start work here at this time, on a Sunday morning, that's you're absolutely disgusting.
Wow, disgusting that he's working on a building he's supposed to work to because he got contracted to do that.
On a Sunday. That person is totally me, to be honest. If a Karen shows up at your door, just close the door. I mean, you don't need to further that conversation. Nothing productive is possibly going to happen from talking to her. So just close the door and move on with her life, you know?
She's off her pills.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna get down. She's just awful. What's going on? Why have you took our ladders?
I'll give you the ladders back if you stop working. Dude, at this point, I'm like convinced this Karen's from the 6th grade or something, like stealing people's property to get your way. I don't think you guys understand the comedy of the situation. She walked away with a ladder, dude.
You just give us the ladders back, or we'll just call the police.
I'll give you the ladders back if you stop working.
How is that work?
Oh my god.
Just give us the ladders back, we're stuck on the roof.
Look, I told you, I'll give you the ladders back if you stop working.
Alright, fine. We'll just call the police.
We'll just call the police.
Fine. Dude, why does every single Karen encounter end in calling the police? It's like they can never settle anything reasonably at all. I imagine even when you take them to court or something, the judge just laughs in their face. They're like, what? You stole their ladder? What? I'm kind of debating what rating I should give this one because it's so incredibly weird and like their accent is so proper and like, you know, it feels rehearsed. It feels like it's kind of staged, but whatever. I don't think people would put this much effort into it. I feel like these are just natural cartoon characters. So based on that, I'm going for like a 7.5 out of 10 because, I mean, you know, stealing the ladder, annoying construction workers, just Karen behavior. It culminates to at least a +5, you know? I think if the police showed up, I would probably bump the score a bit more, but I think they stopped filming at that point, so I don't have the rest of the clip. So, yeah, that was Karen's Part 10 million. Hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to leave a like if you did. I mean, we did have a 9.5 out of 10 Karen. Not a 10 out of 10, but, you know, close enough. Comment below which Karen was your favorite. I'm guessing a 9.5, but, yeah, maybe the pterodactyl, you know, that one's kind of a wild card. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Worst person on Twitter.
Imagine waking up and being a Twitter NPC. You're like this mindless zombie running around in the universe, just infecting everything you touch. Well, I found one of these NPCs today, and her name is EJ Dixon. She's a senior writer for the Rolling Stone. You know, one of them intelligent journalist types who really research everything before they talk about something, right? Because they don't want to get anything wrong. Well, it turns out she made a tweet so stupid that it will stand out as the dumbest tweet of all time. We will frame this on the walls of history, and future generations will look on at the sheer stupidity of what she said. Okay, so this all started with a tweet by Pop Crave, right? Johnny Depp will become the first man to have his own spotlight segment at Rihanna's Savage X Fenty fashion show, according to TMZ. Now, if you guys didn't know, a portion of Twitter really does not like Johnny Depp. Why? Because it's full of delusional women who think that men can never be victims of abuse. They're pretty much the biggest hypocrites
My God.
on the planet who say that I will always support victims of abuse, except if it's a man, because, you know, that's impossible. Men can never be victims
Bro.
of abuse. Basically,
Twitter
if you don't know the
bitches.
backstory, a while back, a famous trial happened between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp, you might know
Probably one of
him
the biggest
as a
court.
famous actor from Pirates of the Caribbean. Amber Heard wasn't nearly as famous. Basically, several years ago, Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of DV, or abuse, right? And ruined his entire career. He was cut from the sequel movie to Pirates of the Caribbean, and nobody would offer him roles anymore. The brands would stay away because, you know, everybody believed he was an abuser, except for the people who actually looked into any facts. But after several years of silence, Johnny Depp and his legal team finally gathered all the facts with his lawyers, and they sued Amber Heard for defamation. And he actually won. It was proved without a doubt that Johnny Depp is innocent, and Amber Heard was actually the abuser. But unfortunately, a large portion of Twitter.com could absolutely not accept the truth. So they were super mad about this, and they are till this day. So how does Johnny Depp get to do anything now? So when this tweet came out by Pop Crave, they're like, okay, if Johnny Depp is getting a spotlight segment, they're like, he's an abuser. Amber Heard can't be lying. She's a woman, so therefore...
Hey, I never heard of Amber Heard's reputation.
That one of these people who were unhappy about the decision was E.J. Dixon. She made probably the dumbest tweet of all time. Tell me again about how assault allegations ruin men's lives? Question mark? Ladies and gentlemen, only on Twitter.com could an...
I joined Uber One because I hate delivery fees and I need to save money for when I get canceled. And I don't want to go back to selling pictures of my feet. I mean, how would I even do that? Find out at goodnaturaltoes.net. Join Uber One. Or don't, I don't care.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also trying for fast sinus and pain relief.
An opinion so incredibly dumb, get 140,000 likes, and be praised by so many people. Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna play some clips so that you guys can refresh your memory about the case and understand the situation a little bit better.
I'm sorry I didn't like this, but I did not punch you. I did not get you. I don't know what the full motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not going to give a about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you and your face. You are such a crazy.
Oh shit. What a shit mongrel. I never believed witches existed until I looked at Amber Heard. Then I was a believer of the witchcraft trade. She got clapped in court. She had it coming. Little bitch.
So let's just go over some of the facts here to disprove what this person says. Number one, Johnny Depp was actually found innocent. Despite that, many people still think he's an abuser and a host of other things, right? So his reputation was damaged forever. Number two, he lost an insane amount of revenue from losing all his star roles and his brand deals. Number three, he was nearly about to end it all, because it's an insanely bizarre and mentally torturing experience to have everybody believe complete lies about you. Not to mention having the person you love the most in the entire world completely turn out to be a psychopath, betray you, and lie in front of everybody. Here we have a description of what Johnny Depp felt like during his depression. He went on tour with the Hollywood vampires and decided to write a memoir of an old man in typewriter like his hero Thompson. I poured myself a vodka in the morning and started writing until the tears filled my eyes and I couldn't see the page anymore, he says. He wipes his eyes with the sleeves of his white shirt and confuses monologue. I kept trying to figure out what I'd done to deserve this. I tried being kind to everyone, helping everyone, being truthful to everyone. He pauses for a moment. The truth is most important to me, and all all this still happened. Later that night, Depp tells me about the acute depression he entered as his personal and financial lives came crashing down simultaneously. I was as low as I believe I could have gone, says Depp in a dead voice. The next step was, you're going to arrive somewhere with your eyes open, and you're going to leave there with your eyes closed. I couldn't take the pain every day. Tell me again how men's lives are ruined by false allegations. How completely, utterly delusional.
Dude, I didn't know that. That's deep, man. Poor Depp. Can you imagine being accused of, like, let's say if you were accused of rape and you didn't do that? Dude, that would hurt you, man.
Legal fees and battling this whole thing, not to mention the emotional trauma or anything else at all. And keep in mind, this was all over a false allegation. Imagine you didn't actually have as much money as Johnny Depp and you're just a regular person accused of this. You're just screwed. Now, people in the replies link a bunch of stories which I don't even want to read out here because it's that depressing. There's like this 17-year-old kid who necks himself over false allegations, and then the girl comes out saying she lied about it. Which is like insane how you can even make this tweet after reading that. Somebody also replied with this, which is just goated. A gift if you know how to read. In life, learn to use your little brain. It can be used to not be fooled by toxic, manipulative people like Amber Heard. You're welcome. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all elements of defamation? Yes, statement was made by Mrs. Heard, blah blah blah, yes. Basically, he's innocent. There's a bunch of people responding to the initial tweet just like so shocked at Rihanna for supporting Johnny Depp. Like, Rihanna, what is this? I believe in you without being real girls. It's such an incredibly toxic mentality to make it like a girls versus boys thing. I think it's a big
No kidding, it is toxic.
I think it's a true versus false thing. I genuinely don't know how anyone can support her after hearing the heaps and heaps of audio recordings with just the most insane damning evidence. I would love to play all of them, but the video will be 2 hours long. Anyways, what a dumb tweet, bro. Completely delusional.
Roblox dev facing 2 life sentences? Jesus.
Introducing the first ever Sierra EV Denali. It is the Denali of EVs.
It's been a pretty wild last couple of years with Roblox, with a lot of information being exposed about some very bad people and some things, as well as even Roblox themselves getting in a clown suit and doing some absolute god-awful ideas, such as suing a YouTuber for $1.6 million, which ended up being a giant nothing burger and a huge mistake on their part. They just ended up looking really silly and stupid in that case, and really, Roblox has been kind of like Gotham City recently, with the amount of terrible shit going on and actual crime. I'm not exaggerating, real crime. And that's what I want to talk about today. Ruben Sim, the YouTuber that was being sued for $1.6 million but walked away with a huge dub, has still been fighting the good fight against some predators in the Roblox developer community, and one of them is now looking at potentially 2 life sentences.
Jesus.
For helping make this happen, the FBI did step in and made the arrest after conducting their own thorough investigation on that same individual, and hopefully all that goes well in court and is properly as this shit is downright deplorable. And Ruben Sim also highlights all of the floundering that Roblox did with this. They didn't take any of this seriously. This was a
Wow. What a shit leech.
terrible things, and Roblox themselves did nothing to stop it, and it eventually culminated in this individual getting a 15-year-old girl into a stranger's Uber, going 700 miles across the country to meet him at his apartment, and authorities busting in.
Dude, that's scary.
Overall, absolute
this case by Roblox. They did nothing to protect the children that use their service, and it is mostly children. They did nothing when confronted with misinformation about a pedophile who had an extremely popular game on their platform and was using that level of fame to actively prey on minors. They did nothing really to stop it. Ruben took it into his own hands and worked with other members of the community in order to try and get this individual held accountable and taken off the platform. So great shit all around from Ruben. Definitely go show him some love. His channel link is in the description of this video. And I'm just going to show you some of the video he made talking about all this and going over it from top to bottom. Roblox dev, all this to back down. There's Terraria, because I know one dev got arrested quite some time ago. So this is a cool one. That's happening in the because there was a former dev that did get arrested. But that wasn't like super recent.
When I first learned about Sonic social that's Roblox is found in that's like it's seems legit, right?
Can you prove you're actually Shepardski's brother? No one will require effort. Couldn't care less about doing effort. Just got done doing the most complicated physics you'll ever see in Roblox. So any more effort can suck my dick.
What?
What? Is this the physics? He sent a screenshot of, what, a chaos emerald or something? Like, what is this supposed to fucking be? Weird little sapphire. That does look like the most complicated physics I've ever seen. Sonic spin dashing.
The span of 5 years.
It does look like Sonic. I'm about to say the same thing.
Holy shit.
From what I understand, this started in 2017 when it was in the early stages of creating the Sonic the Hedgehog spin-off game called Sonic Simulator.
Oh my god, it actually was Sonic spin dashing, wasn't it? This is a callback to something a while ago. Is this that YouTube channel that was like an open pedophile?
Spin-off game called Sonic Simulator. Here's a video of which I can show.
That guy also made Sonic games though, which is fucking wild. The guy that was like openly admitted to being a pedophile.
It was pretty common knowledge that these jokes were being made on air. Maybe not to the extent it actually occurred.
Jesus
Christ. So far as to the point where I was known as the old man chasing spaceship.
Are you sure that's someone different? Because I feel like we heard that. Are these two different people? No, this is a brand new video. I definitely haven't seen this. Here, I'll just pull up what I'm talking about, so that way we can immediately compare. I don't know why I'm asking the fucking chat, who half the time suffers from short-term memory loss anyway. I think it was called the Andrew Files that did the deep dive. Is this the one I'm thinking? No, actually, it was, this was something different. It was, oh god. There are so many goddamn Roblox partners. Oh my god. People make games, thank you. I couldn't remember the full video on that. Yeah, people make games. The Roblox pressured us to delete our video. They covered someone in here that I think is the same guy that we're talking about right now, who's facing the 2 life sentences. Yeah, responding to deductive allegations. Okay, so this is someone we learned about. I really thought it was familiar. Yeah, because the Jeter Man YouTube channel.
I know I shouldn't have said those things in jokes. Moving forward, I will not have this video.
Okay. So this guy's finally got his justice. Sound effects here. No, he wasn't wrong.
She wasn't the only one.
My sense of humor has always been very harsh, dark humor, if you will. And while it doesn't excuse my behavior, it does reveal that I had no intention on moving on any of the things I said.
I can just hear the fedora in his voice. Right now he's got a pinky up as he's saying these things.
Moving forward, I will not have this behavior. This shouldn't have been a joke in the first place.
He was very careful with what he said because he knows not to step over the fine line of joking around.
Yeah, that's the impression I got from seeing the messages. Yeah. That seems like a guy he knows where to tap dance on the line between right and wrong when it comes to jokes.
Obviously, the differentiation between jokes.
Also, there's nothing quite like calling minors you're not a pedophile.
What?
Quite the big brain strategy. No, look, I'm not a pedophile. Here's a 17-year-old on my payroll who can say such.
Sus.
First things first, Red, what I said to you earlier about my apology was completely sincere, and I hope you can someday let go of the same truth. However, I won't call you out on this because you cannot be blamed.
Yes, victim blaming the child. What's really sad is looking at the like dislike ratio here. He didn't like get slammed down the dislikes. So he must have actually had support from the community, which is fucking crazy.
Since the video is over half an hour long, I created my own video breaking it down in less than 7 minutes. Surprisingly, Arnold's main account was deleted not long after my conversation with the staff member. Arnold, however,
Also, I'm pretty sure this account is on the... So Roblox has like a public wall of shame that is actively updated anytime like that with bans. What is it called? Roblox.
What's the fan users?
That's like much more focused on like the worst of the worst. Is it called? Oh, it's controversial. Here it is. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, like a mugshot and surely he would be here, I would think. Or maybe this is like too extreme for you in the controversial one and more. September 9th, 2021, his account was terminated for swearing in front of a Roblox intern using voice chat or one of his alternative accounts. He just earned his place in the hall of evil of Roblox. So yeah, perhaps like actual pedophilia and shit is a little too extreme for me. Very true, but I think one thing we misunderstand is parents don't have to care for shit sitting with their kids. They just need something to distract them.
Exactly.
Parents these days just placing fucking iPads in front of them and letting them go unmonitored on the internet.
My mom monitored me when I was on my iPad, which I'm glad.
Blaming the companies for it. Like, that's just the most fucking common parenting technique at this point. I don't even think they care if Roblox is necessarily safe as long as it doesn't cost them money someday or cause some kind of issue. Man's capitalizing on being outed as a pedophile, talking about raping kids.
Oh my god, this guy is literally a degenerate piece of shit.
That's like, who works at Roblox? Actual children too? That's like some shit I'd say as a kid, like, what's the point in showering? I'm just gonna get dirty again. Like, it's not even the point. Like, taking action is still working, even if it could just be added again.
I really didn't have time to do that. I just got
That poor girl.
Can you just imagine a world where Roblox actually takes pedophiles seriously, and then he's never in a position where he pays an Uber driver to transport a child 700 miles away from the parents to be with them? That is entirely on Roblox's plate right there. That is entirely their fucking fault. This could have been squashed 2 years. Well, this is 2022. Yeah, 2 years prior.
Those users had apparently informed Castillo that they were teenagers, and he had sued by making sexual advances and other derogatory.
Gross.
This has to be one of the first times where a YouTuber apology video is actually cited in a legitimate arrest. That's big. Dr. Rofatnik really fucked Arnold Castillo here by making that apology video with a deep voice modulator. He'll take a plea deal. No doubt in my mind. He's not yet tried by it. But the overwhelming evidence and the physical sting operation that observed a minor going into his apartment after being reported as missing, a $700,000 crime to the driver to bring them there, and getting all of his messages. No shot. He's gonna take a plea. Really fumbled that one there up, man. He's still not supposed to. Well, he's not found guilty on it yet, I suppose. I suppose the right word is alleged. But he has himself confirmed all of the things he said to minors, even blamed them for things he said. And then the goddamn FBI investigated and caught physical evidence, watched a minor go into his apartment after the whole missing person report.
That's damning.
It's pretty solid evidence.
It is.
I think we can.
Why do people do this? They're just disgusting pieces of shit who doesn't belong in any part of our society. Just weeds, honestly. Weeds in the Garden of Eden. Weeds that need to be ripped up and shredded under the lawnmower like the weeds they are.
I still think his information is going to be protected. They found the apology video on their own. So now this guy's facing 2 life sentences.
That's tough.
2 life sentences. And this could have all been avoided. This guy was he was a pedophile before Roblox. But the actual victim going there in person could have been avoided had Roblox just done the bare minimum of taking a pedophile seriously. At the very least, he has been fined, which is more than we can say for the other predators from Roblox that we worked out over the last year or so.
It's in their kidding. Comcast, why even Comcast employees hate the Dude, Comcast has to be one of the most hated companies in America. I almost think it's American to complain about Comcast. I mean, Comcast is really controversial.
That's why I need you to cancel by phone. So can you cancel us by phone? The answer is yes.
I mean, it sounds like you don't want to go over this information with me. I mean, if you don't want to go over that information, okay, that's the easiest way to get disconnected. We can agree on the number one provider of internet and TV services in the entire country. Are you to think yourself wanting to have the number one rated internet service, number one rated TV service available? Why don't you want
Oh my god! It's like, no! I told you to cancel my subscription! You need to cancel my subscription now! That is annoying. These type of people that do this to their customers are complete assholes, man. Like, are you sure you want to leave us? No, I want to leave you. My money is gonna be put where my mouth is and where my brain is. So, like, shut up and cancel my subscription. You can literally starve off the lack of money I'm giving you. You can literally just F off, honestly. Dude, I can't take these type of people. Dude.
The audio recording you just heard between Ryan Locke and a Comcast employee, it's no wonder Comcast is one of the most hated businesses in America by customers and employees alike. Given that we have Amazon making its workers pee in bottles, Pizza Hut paying their drivers as little as $1.24 and having them clean and stock ingredients between deliveries, as well as racist work environments and sweatshop conditions at Target, Tesla, and H&M, that sure is saying something.
This is why, if I'm in their environment, I'm just a robot. I'm just a fleshy robot. That's what I am. I'm just a tool to them, not a person. I might be a tool to them if I'm programming, but if I'm gonna be with a big corporation, I'm not physically, but what? apparently I asked my mom, and apparently her company, like State Farm, they used to work with Comcast. They don't anymore. Apparently, I've heard about Comcast. Like, people joke about it. Nobody likes Comcast. I think people like... I swear, there's people that, like, support, like, the freaking... there's more people that support PETA than the freaking Comcast Corporation, man. Them guys suck. Apparently they're, like, money gouging POSs. Let's see.
Corporations out there. So what could this communications business possibly do to as we briefly heard, Comcast really doesn't like people canceling their services. And it seems they're a bit touchy about it actually, because their reactions to those people getting in this retention specialist. In other words, someone basically attempted to bully her into staying just as they did with Ryan. I understand that a company might ask what the problem is and if there's anything they can do to fix it. Like, you might see a little, "Are you sure?" and "Please leave a review" button pop up if you're canceling a subscription online. Double checking there's no resolution is one thing, but triple, quadruple checking, keeping someone on the line for minutes and pestering them, now you're just holding your customers hostage. And Comcast took things one step further with Lisa. The next bill was supposed to be in her husband's name, Ricardo Brown, as it had always been. Instead, it arrived with the name Asshole Brown on it. And yeah, they literally changed the household name in their system to Asshole, because of course that's a great way to retain a customer. I don't know if Comcast should be investigated for child labor, because this reaction is so immature that I almost find it hard to believe that an actual adult thought they'd get away with this. They've also allegedly called customers Poor Julia or Super Bitch Bauer too, so very creative and very funny. But it gets worse than the name calling, of course. Not only Wilco's name was hopefully spelled wrong on Mills, and Mills didn't reach him as a result, Comcast sent predators after him. After almost a year of headaches, Connell called Comcast controller. Try saying that 5 times fast. And when it seemed like how to scare Comcast into action. Unfortunately, that action turned out to be them running to PwC with their tail between their legs, saying, "Connell was mean to us." And since Comcast is a large account with PwC, Goobers basically pat their own child on the head and turned around and fired Connell. Even though Comcast claims no one actually asked for him to be fired, it's a joke that they even went to his boss in the first place. How hard would it have been to just stop charging him for things he didn't buy? Instead, they go and whine like the giant babies they are about potentially being held accountable for their actions. In fact, Comcast is so determined to come after you that they'll even do so beyond the grave. Betty shared her story online, explaining that when she called to cancel her service, a representative told her that it could only be done in her husband's name.
Oh my god.
Passed away. She tried again and got the same response until a supervisor told her to bring in her husband's death certificate to their office.
Oh god.
Apparently what it takes to end your service with a leading provider, certified death. Oh, but you also don't even need to have Comcast to be the subject of one of their horror stories. The same year this laughably terrible customer service recording went viral, the one we just played at the beginning, a Comcast employee was accused of stealing a Tennessee man's identity and selling it to an outside vendor, who then sent the man to collections for about $1,300. This also was not a one-time thing either. Comcast fraud has apparently happened multiple times before, leaving plenty to question if the company has any real security whatsoever. It's pretty clear why just about anyone would hate dealing with them after reading just these stories alone. But the sad reality is that many have to, whether they like it or not.
Imagine what would happen if every person in the United States suddenly visited your website. No crash? Not if you build your site on Wix.
Hello and welcome to Corporate Casket. I'm Illuminati, and today, pretty obviously, we're going to be talking
I
about
love this.
This despised behemoth is pretty difficult to tear down in one day, so I do fully admit I'm probably not able to address every single scandal and controversy, but I'm going to try and give you the best overview I possibly can. Of course, before we get into their convoluted game of Monopoly and how Comcast may be slowing the entire country down, let's talk about how they handle their employees. After the ridiculous treatment customers have dealt with, it's no surprise that employees don't actually have it any better either. However, the #1 complaint Comcast employees have might actually rising. You want to take a guess as to what it might be? Low wages, overtime, poor management? No. Those are all valid concerns, but the biggest complaint that these workers actually have is customer service. But they're the ones giving the service, right? So are they complaining about how they do their own job? And basically, yeah, Comcast employees don't like how they're told to treat people. Now, I can't speak on behalf of the ones that did name changes, things like Asshole Brown or Poor Julia, but the very core of their operation is what employees seem to find most upsetting. Which makes sense, and it's also kind of concerning when you think about it, because that's not an easy fix. I decided to obviously look into this need and see what these employees had to say. And I found an article entitled, "I was a Comcast employee. I had enough when I was told to upsell internet to low-income people." In it, Chase Roper describes his experiences to writer Molly Schwartz, explaining that he had to leave Comcast in order to retain his ethics. Not just because he was trying to get people to bundle their TV, internet, and landline, but because of the way Comcast went about it. Agents would tell potential customers that if they tried to buy the internet, TV, landline bundle with a speed of 100 megabits per second, it would work just as perfect as a household with an internet-only speed of 600 megabits per second. Customers are being convinced to sign up for slower speeds with features they potentially don't even want, as opposed to a faster plan. And why would an agent do this? Well, if someone signs up for the bundle plan, the agent they go through gets a much heftier commission. Essentially, they're incentivized to lie. And for Chase, these plans were especially frustrating and difficult for him to upsell during the pandemic. He only made $22,000 per year plus his commission. So
Wow.
people were frantically calling him saying that they needed faster internet to work or take classes from home. He felt pressured to pitch them a bunch of products they don't actually need, or else he'd get a lower paycheck. Chase told Molly Schwartz from Mother Jones, quote, "I didn't like how Xfinity Comcast were positioning themselves as caring and helping and doing everything they can. When I was like, that's not what you're doing. It's business as usual." According to Chase, the programs that Comcast had for low-income families, such as the Internet Essentials program for only $9.95 a month, were utter trash. They had data limits and only 25 megabit download speed. Maybe enough for one person at home trying to watch Netflix, but most certainly not for a family with kids trying to take their classes over Zoom. But this Essentials package might look helpful on the outside, and it might seem as if Comcast was trying to accommodate families that were financially struggling with COVID, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, they weren't actually offering any real help. And Comcast knew this was the case. Chase himself frequently got calls from people on the low-cost plan who were pressured to upgrade. The company got rid of data limits for 2 months to look good, then reinstated them as if the pandemic was over in May, charged everyone again, and kept making themselves look like a hero for offering a low affordable rate. For Chase, taking part in this scummy, toxic upsell was enough for him to leave. He wanted to be genuine with people and said he would rather quit and have to stretch his paychecks than be a part of that. And there are many others like Chase out there too. The Verge interviewed over 100 past and current Comcast employees to hear their stories, which were, in a nutshell, troubling. One billing specialist, Brian Van Horn, said even though he had good metrics, he was pressured to pitch new services to customers, including customers that were already late on their bills. They were just starting off with Just Ask, he says. Then instead of Just Ask, it was Just Ask again. Then engage the customer in a conversation. Then overcome their objectives. Another employee said that when a 90-year-old woman called to add her phone to her account, their boss said she was probably senile, but you should have upgraded her cable. These employees generally didn't agree with anyone that wasn't
Piece of
a
shit.
specialist being pressured to sell units. And they loathed the constant fear of having to check their sales numbers after every single call. But that's simply the way that Comcast
What a
operated
piece of
when
cancerous trash.
Unfortunately, while there are good people put in bad positions at Comcast, there are also horrible people making horrible decisions too. I'm going to go ahead and put this little mention here that the rest of this section, which should be about 3 to 4 minutes, is going to mention sexual assault and murder.
Oh my god.
If you care about that, feel free to just skip to the next section.
Well,
Now, some contract workers at Comcast have committed heinous, violent acts against customers. 2 days after one contractor finished a job in Houston, Texas, he returned to the home to rape the 14-year-old that lived there at knife point.
what a twat.
The contractor passed a background check, so maybe it's possible he had a clean record and simply hadn't been caught yet. It's possible, but it doesn't seem likely. In one instance, a Comcast employee had pending domestic violence charges, an arrest for beating a man with a baseball bat, electrocute her and then setting her bedroom on fire. And my question here,
Damn.
in no mince word, how the fuck did Comcast miss this? If you have contractors going into strangers' homes, perhaps maybe do the basic of checks to make sure they're safe first. Another contractor, Anthony Triplett, was found guilty for murdering customer Ursula Sakowska by strangling her in her bathtub. This was
For
the second
internet.
murder Triplett was under investigation for. Police also suspected he killed Janice Mordridge, who had died in the same manner. So, just to get this straight, Triplett was under investigation for killing a client. She died horrifically, and he was a suspect in her death. And Comcast just let him keep entering people's homes alone. Just letting him enter homes even if he was with somebody else. They didn't put him on any leave of any kind. They didn't fire him. They didn't conduct their own investigation, work with police. No, none of that. They just said, well, the copy lobbies haven't proven it yet, so it's fine. Allowing the same contractor to go into another woman's home and kill her in a near identical manner, too. And
Dude.
it's also not as if Comcast was not aware either. Police actually informed the company that he had been interviewed and was a suspect of interest. They just apparently couldn't be bothered to actually process what that meant and maybe, act on it to protect their customers. It's no wonder they asked their employees to compromise their ethics. Comcast clearly doesn't have any of their own.
Wait, come on. How many companies does it own? Xfinity Residential Community, Xfinity Mobile. What? What's it called? Biggest internet brand, Amazon. No. You mean like I should actually provide it. Provider. Yeah, Xfinity is definitely dude, I swear to God, this actually could be why that I've read that Americans actually pay a lot more than people across the pond for internet. Americans pay way too much for internet. An average American pays $60 a month for internet. Dude. Comcast could suck a fat one, man. Nobody cares about Comcast.
Many families have no choice but to work with Comcast, unfortunately, especially those living in rural areas. You can take what you get. Unfortunately, even taking the bare minimum can come at an exorbitant price. In 2019, a couple, Zachary Cohn and Laurel Sanofi, learned this the hard way after they closed on a house in Seattle. You'd think that with Seattle being a pretty decently large city, that getting internet would be super difficult. Hop online, or log in the router, and it comes to your house, plug it in, and move on. Instead, the pair learned that Comcast's predecessor company had never actually extended a line to their home, despite neighbors being wired for internet just fine. In order to install the 181 feet of underground cable, they were going to have to pay $27,000. Apparently, the previous homeowners were sharing with the neighbor who didn't want to continue that arrangement any further. And with no competition in the area, Cohn and Sanofi have been relying on 4G hotspot ever since. They're not the only ones who have found themselves in this position. A software engineer in Washington straight up sold the house he bought because he couldn't get internet there without paying an additional $60,000. Even when he actually tried to work with them, they decided to just not go through with him, leaving him dead in the water and having to take his work to Starbucks. All these stories might lead you to believe that Comcast had to be good once upon a time, otherwise how could they have so many customers and so much reach, right? But here's the thing.
That is a good question.
Companies can become monopolies for a variety of reasons. Maybe they cornered the market in a specific product or service, and now they're just so good at what they do that they just gobble up any competition, making it impossible for anyone else to, compete. On the other
Which
hand,
sucks.
some companies, like Comcast, don't out-hustle the competition. As Forbes explains, Comcast created agreements with local governments that are
That is, oh my god. I hate when companies do shit like this, man. I know it's not as big, but one company that does stuff like this, that does legal shit, is Hasbro. And when they make Nerf guns, they've literally outlawed, like, competitors from making a Nerf blaster or a toy blaster that shoots above 100 FPS, which is why the market is so bad, except for if it's on, like, Dart Zone, who completely does not care. But my god, companies need to keep their shit out of legal things like this, because it ruins it. God, I hate companies like this.
And they lobby hard. In fact,
Lobbyist bastards, man. I hate lobbyists.
lobbies so much that they say disclosing all of their lobbying efforts would be too difficult. So not only do they fail to disclose this activity, meaning that their investors can't even get a full picture of the company's priorities, but any hopes for financial transparency are basically null and void. We know they're against net neutrality, big surprise there, I know, which is based on the idea that all data flowing through cable and cell towers should be treated equally as opposed to blocking, throttling, or speeding up those they pick and choose. Other than that, though, good luck finding out all of Comcast's stances, because even their investors can't. Popular sites like streaming service giant Netflix know Comcast rules and can afford to play by them. Ages ago, they actually paid Comcast to ensure Netflix movies and television shows stream smoothly to Comcast customers. A little teeny tiny exception if we dump this big pile of cash on your lap. And sure, this works well for Netflix when they have millions to throw around, but what about anybody else? What about the competition that can't afford this pay-to-play game? Even the NFL has had its issues with Comcast too. They've been in disputes about whether or not the NFL networks are part of basic programming. NFL argues they should be, whereas Comcast wants to charge people an extra monthly fee. So when games started airing, the league started a marketing campaign aimed at their fans that didn't have access, stating, quote, "Switch to a TV provider that will bring you NFL Network, not hold you hostage." Needless to
That's
say,
ironic.
Comcast was pretty pissed at this and sued the NFL for damages, though the pair eventually settled their
Oh, wait,
dispute
no.
in 2009.
That actually is
However,
true.
just a couple years ago, they got into, yet again, another argument. This time with entertainment studios founded by Byron Allen. According to Allen, they discussed a deal in which Comcast would carry 6 of his company's channels before dropping him. They violated a contract, one that Allen had an explicit right to enforce, because they decided the shows weren't interesting or distinct enough. And look, if they change their mind about carrying his programs, then maybe don't agree to do so in the first place. While some believed racism was a key factor here and others believed it was just Comcast being disingenuous, neither is a good look. And this is simply the way Comcast is, with customers and clients alike. If you don't like it, good luck finding someone else. Not only is that the message they send to websites and other companies, but naturally, it's the message that customers receive too. And because Comcast knows they're too big to be stopped, they seem to take advantage of it at every turn. In 2019, for example, they violated the Consumer Protection Act almost 500,000 times because they charged tens of thousands of Washington state residents for their service protection plan without consent. These customers didn't want this service. They didn't request the service, but Comcast charged them anyway. You'd think this would be a pretty straightforward case. Comcast should apologize and take it back, but companies as giant as these don't like to admit wrongdoing, as we've seen plenty of times before. So they hired a team of lawyers to try and fight the Washington State Attorney General. Comcast did not actually win this fight, and they were penalized a whopping $9 million.
Really?
For us, is a lot of money as individuals, right? But for a company,
Really? $9 million? Bro, Comcast has to be at least worth in the tens of billions. That's like Comcast dropping pennies. Here, seriously, one of my biggest complaints with the United States government system and justice system is when they sue these big companies, sue them for billions. When they are sued for billions, they won't do this shit again. Let's say if I go into a bank and I shoot up everybody and I literally rob it, if they say, hey, you have to pay like $2. Guess what? Even if I didn't rob the bank, I have so much money and I can keep doing that crime again, and that gives me the mentality that I can commit as many crimes as I want as long as I have the money to pay for it. So it's literally paid to get out of jail. It is the stupidest shit ever. Like, if Comcast did something wrong and you sued them for billions, that would straighten their shit right up. they would literally, like, not do anything, or almost try not to do anything again. That's how you would shut their shit down real fast. But no, just sue them for millions. And if you're gonna sue them for millions, sue them in the triple millions. That will put a dent in them. Not, like, double, not tens of millions, and not millions. Hundreds of millions. God, companies need to get a freaking grip on reality.
It's nothing. When you make tens of billions of dollars every quarter, not even every year, just every quarter, paying a fraction of that feels not really like a punishment. It just
They're
feels
just
like
getting off a hook.
And sure, I am happy Comcast lost, but I think the Attorney General is delusional when he stated, "My legal team demonstrated that we're capable of meeting the world's largest corporations in court and winning. Part of my job is keeping giant corporations honest. Big or small, every business must play by the rules." And while it's not his fault, this fine doesn't demonstrate Comcast has to play by the rules at all. It only demonstrates that if you earn enough money, you can make your shady misdeeds simply go away. Now, do you want to know what's really, depressing about this whole situation, too? This was also the highest trial award in a state consumer protection case, even before restitution was included, and I still don't think that was enough to change anything. But this isn't the only massive fine they've been hit with, because of course it isn't. Back in 2016, they were hit with the largest ever FCC cable fine for, drumroll please, charging customers for services and equipment they did not ask for. This civil penalty was just a whopping $2 million, not even a drop in the bucket.
Oh my God, $2 million? Hold on. Comcast net worth. What's their net worth? What are they worth? They are worth $134 billion. Let's do English. Let's see. That is let's see, that is $134,000 million. For example, if $1 million, let's see, let's divide that by, let's be kind. Let's divide that by the biggest amount. Let's see, 134.03. Divided by, let's see, 9 million? Oh no. Remember, you wanna know what a billion is? A billion is 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000. That's 1,000 cubed. Now, a million is 1,000 squared, which means that a million times 1,000 is of billions. These guys, they're some of the richest people on friggin' Earth. Whoever owns Comcast does. By literally letting these guys pay single millions of dollars worth of fines, it incentivizes that it's okay that they can commit crimes as long as they have the money to pay for it. They can get off the hook. And this is the mentality of companies in modern day that piss me off. That they think that they could take advantage of us and they could pay just like, what's it called? That's like going to a store. I know I said this analogy. That's like going to a store, robbing it, and paying 2 cents for the judges to pardon you. Like they wouldn't let us do that, right? So why would they let that, like, multi-billion-dollar companies pay millions? No, multi-hundreds of billion-dollar companies pay only 6 digits or 7 digits for a serious crime. It's interesting how literally somebody who's on the spectrum and who doesn't do way too much with law but knows a little bit of law can point out how shit that is. Fix your system. Oh my god, that just oh, that makes my blood boil.
Supposedly, they claim if you've got wiring issues, this could be worth it. Yet, if you actually look over what their plan covers, it's a far shorter list, and it's more about what they don't cover. When charging their customers $5 a month, Comcast allegedly didn't disclose this, and instead effectively cost 500,000 people roughly $73 million for a bogus plan. Comcast definitely came out the winner here with only a $9 million fine, so
Oh my god.
Assistant Attorney General Daniel Davies explained, if you say one thing but you provide another, a reasonable person is going to believe the thing that you actually sold them is what you are providing. Now, of course, there are other smaller, more ridiculous scandals that Comcast has been involved in. One time in 2007, they accidentally aired hardcore pornography instead of a preschool cartoon, Handy Mandy, on the Disney Channel. They've also been sued for the more classic issues that we've seen with businesses such as wage and hour violations, and they've been criticized for falsely advertising their internet speeds and failing to report outages. Plus, about 8 years ago now, they attempted to merge with Time Warner Cable, another titan of the industry with its own history of bad behavior. At this point, you're probably wondering what goes right at Comcast. Their slow service, lies, false charges, mistreatment of customers and employees, all of it leads me to say that I'm not sure anything does go right. Yet, at this point, Comcast seems to be too big to ignore and too massive to shut down. But as their actions influence the entire country, people have started to grow tired of their bullshit, and it's starting to show. And before we get into that, to see how the public's opinion of Comcast is really nosediving for the worst, and maybe hopefully for some change, let's take a look at today's sponsors.
Honestly, I'm not trying to say be like that Facebook person, but here's the thing. We need to start standing up to these big companies, man. I sound like a Facebook person, but we are abused, we're money gouged, we're shit on by all these giant companies like Google and telecom companies and like all that stuff. Mainly like so McDonald's and like other companies like McDonald's, maybe like Kohl's or for clothing and shit. Like I could pardon those, but telecom companies, like we need internet. Like especially, did you see what happened during the pandemic? The internet became a want. It went from a want to a need. We now need internet to communicate with our jobs. Freelance people, people that work from home, need internet.
Crazy, weird bills and fines, all mobile just has.
Too big to fail.
Now, a few months ago, in quarter 2 of 2022, Comcast failed to add new internet users for the first time in their entire company's history. They've always grown, but now, maybe with more options arriving, people just don't want the headache of Comcast anymore. At least, I'd sure like to hope that's the reason, because it would make them seem less indestructible. Articles from The Atlantic and The Verge offer a different perspective, writing that Comcast is simply too big to really function or operate in any sort of consistent manner. The Verge interviewed 100 current and former employees in 2014, trying to understand Comcast's lousy reputation. And while they repeatedly heard that the obsession over sales and understaffed technicians are at the root of the issues, there are a few other important things to note here. Depending on what part of the country you're in, you get different prices and different rules. In some areas, you can't get a technician if you're behind on payments. In other areas, that's not a problem. Even pricing varies. Maybe, and this is a big maybe here, this could work if there was proper communication and each branch handled a selective group of customers. Organization is key, right? Well, Comcast doesn't even have that much. A former employee said that, quote, the Houston division at one point reported to Boston. Then they were reporting to Atlanta. When I left, they were reporting to Denver as an engineer who worked for Comcast from 2000 to 2011. These different regions with their differing prices, rules, and more, they all might as well be different companies, not just different branches. And this leaves the company internally fractured, with no single person really knowing what rules they follow and how to actually help somebody. I think there's a few universal rules, obviously, like, don't treat your customers poorly, maybe don't make your billing name asshole brown, because all employees do that regardless of where you are. But these employees are set up to failure from having to work within such a broken system. Now, Comcast has promised that they're trying to work on that, but when they've got 83,000
Bullshit.
million subscribers and $64 billion in revenue each year, changing anything feels like a monumental task. So, then what happens
More like we're gonna change our bill and triple it on you.
Singapore, Romania, Thailand, Chile, South Korea, and even Indonesia. Not only that, but the internet in South Korea is also cheaper and more reliable too, in large part thanks to a healthy, competitive environment. According to publicknowledge.org, in South Korea, installing only internet in the household is cheaper than bundling up with other services like cable, whereas in the US, ironically, it often costs more to install only the services like the internet that a household may need. In other words, we could be doing better for ourselves if it weren't for monopolies, poor quality, corporate greed, effectively, all the things that Comcast stands for. But with all of that being said, that's where I'm going to end today's episode of The Corporate Casket. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Comcast? I've really never heard anyone say they love Comcast. I'm in the same boat, obviously. I feel like that's a general consensus here. This is the end of today's episode, so thank you for joining me all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!
It's been a pretty wild
Hmm.
Imagine waking up.
Here's Farah. Jesus, where? Oh my god, I hate the new YouTube feature. How you? They're so weird on mobile. Da, da, By the way, it's all the pumping stations. What their job is to convert the wires to blue. I know this is useless, but still, I want consistency. I'm out. Bye guys, I'll probably be back tomorrow.